Welcome to Real Talk with Reginald D's motivational coaching question and answer segment. I'm your motivational coach, Reginald D. Let me talk to you today, not just to your ears, but to your spirit. Because somebody listening right now, you've been sitting in a space that you don't even fully understand. You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're not incapable. But there's this feeling, this quiet expectation, this invisible pause in your life where it feels like you're waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right person, waiting for someone to show up and change everything. Today's episode is based on a list of questions. And the question is, Reginald D, why do I feel like I'm waiting for someone to come save me, even though I know deep down no one is coming? Now, let me give you some real talk. That feeling didn't come from nowhere. It was built through moments in your life where you were taught, directly or indirectly, that help was coming, that somebody would fix it, that somebody would guide you, that somebody would rescue you when things got hard. Maybe it was a parent. Maybe it was a relationship. Maybe it was a job. Maybe it was a belief that one day something would magically shift. And now you've grown. You've evolved. You've become aware. But your habits, your emotions, your subconscious, they're still waiting at that door, still looking inside, still expecting footsteps that never going to arrive. Let me tell you something that might shake you, but it's going to set you free. Nobody's coming to save you. And that's not a sad statement. That's a powerful one. Because the moment you fully accept that, you stop waiting and you start becoming. See, the real reason you feel stuck in the waiting place is because stepping into your own power feels unfamiliar. It feels uncomfortable. It feels risky. Because now, if you move, it's on you. If you win, it's on you. If you fail, it's on you. But at the end of the day, regardless of what happened, it's on you. For many people, that responsibility feels heavier than the waiting. So they stay in the wait, not because they want to, but because they feel safer. Now, I want you to hold on to this entire episode. Imagine you're sitting in a locked room, and for years you've been knocking on the door, waiting for someone outside to unlock it. You've been praying, hoping, wishing. Please, somebody open this door. And one day you finally get tired. You stop knocking. You sit down. You feel defeated. And in that silence, you look over and you realize the key has been in your pocket the whole time. That's your life. You're not locked out. You're locked in. And the only person who can unlock that next level is you. Now let's go deeper. Why does this feeling exist so strongly? Because as human beings, we crave certainty, support, and security. We want to know that we're not alone. We want to know that someone has our back. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the danger comes when that desire turns into dependency. When you stop moving because you're waiting on someone else to validate your next step. When you stop building because you're waiting for someone else to give you permission. When you stop believing because nobody clapped yet. Let me tell you something. The version of you that you're waiting on does not get built in comfort. It gets built in decision. Isaiah 60 chapter 1st verse says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you." It didn't say wait. It didn't say sit. It didn't say hold on until somebody shows up. It said arise. That means move. That means stand up. That means activate something inside of you. James 2nd chapter 17 verse. Faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. Let me translate that into real talk. You can pray all day. You can hope all day. You can visualize all day. But if you don't move, nothing changes. So what do you do with this feeling? You don't ignore it. You don't shame yourself for it. You understand it. And then you outgrow it. Because here's the truth most people won't tell you. You're not waiting for someone to save you. You're waiting for yourself to become someone you trust. Because once you trust yourself, you stop looking outside, you stop second guessing, you stop hesitating, and you start moving with authority. Now, I know somebody listening is thinking, Reginald D, that sounds good, but where do I even start? I'm glad you asked that, because this is where transformation begins. Not with a giant leap, but with the small decision. You don't need to fix your whole life today. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to prove to yourself that you can move. Start small. Make the call. Send the email. Go for a walk. Write the plan. Take the first step that you've been avoiding. Because every time you move, you break the pattern of waiting. The more you break that pattern, the more your identity shifts from someone who waits to someone who acts. Let me say this clearly. Your life is not waiting on someone else. Your life is waiting on your decision. I want to speak directly to the part of you that feels tired, that feels overlooked, that feels like you've been doing everything right and still haven't seen the breakthrough. I hear you, but hear me. Your breakthrough is not coming from outside. It's coming from alignment, from stepping into who you were created to be. God didn't create you to be rescued. He created you to rise, to build, to lead, to overcome. And yes, people will support you. Yes, doors are open. Yes, help will come. But it will meet you in motion, not in waiting. Now let's go even deeper, because sometimes you're just waiting to be saved. You're hoping someone sees your pain without you having to say it. You're hoping someone notices your struggle without you having to explain it. You're hoping someone steps in and says, I got you. You don't have to carry this anymore. And listen, that doesn't make you weak. That makes you human. But you can acknowledge that feeling without building your life around it. Because if you build your life around waiting for relief from someone else, you'll stay stuck. Imagine you're running a race, but instead of focusing on your lane, you keep looking around, waiting for someone to grab your hand. And while you're waiting, everyone else is moving. Not because they have more help, but because they choose to run anyway. Let's talk about fear, because this is real. Some of you aren't just waiting, you're afraid. Afraid that if you step out, you might fail. Afraid that if nobody shows up, you'll have to face everything alone. But let me shift that. You've already been doing that. You've already survived things nobody helped you through. You've already made it through the nights nobody checked on you. You've already figured things out with no roadmap. So the real question is, why are you doubting what you've already proven? You're not waiting for a person. You're waiting for permission to believe in yourself again. And here it is. You don't need to be saved. You need to reconnect with the version of you that never quit. Because identity is everything. If you see yourself as someone who waits, you will wait. But if you see yourself as someone who moves regardless, everything changes. You don't wait for motivation. You move with discipline. You don't wait for clarity. You create it. You don't wait for doors. You build them. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes because of action. And for the person thinking, I waited too long, you didn't waste your time. You were learning. You were becoming. And now you're ready. Philippians 4 chapter 13 verse says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That means you have what you need to take the next step. Not the whole staircase, just the next step. So move. Now I'm going to give you a challenge for the week ahead. For the next 7 days, do one thing every day your waiting version would avoid. Day 1, make a decision. Day 2, take action. Day 3, do something uncomfortable. Day 4, start before ready. Day 5, show up unseen. Day 6, finish something. Day 7, reflect. And every morning say, I'm not waiting. I am moving. I am not stuck. I am building. I am not being overlooked. I am being prepared. I do not need to be saved. I am becoming. Say it until it becomes you. I would like to thank my listeners for your questions, and I truly hope it helps people today. Now, don't forget to send your questions to me via email at rsherman@realtalk@reginald.com or visit my website at realtalk@reginald.com and instant message me or send me a voicemail on my website or message me on my social media platforms. Make sure you share this episode with someone you feel need to hear this message today. That's all for today's episode, fam. Hope you found this episode inspiring and helpful. And as always, thank you for tuning in. And until next time, I need you to remember this. Nobody's coming to save you because you were never meant to be saved. You were meant to become. Thank you for listening to Real Talk with Reginald D. If you enjoyed listening to Real Talk with Reginald D, please rate and review on Apple Podcasts. See you next time.